tarot reading. I'm a little bit late. So you have a special, you, Cap, Aqua, and Pisces have a little special solar eclipse reading. Yes, today is October 2nd. It's a Libra solar eclipse, so there's bound to be some potency in the air, maybe some sleeplessness. Divine guidance and loving clarity. That's my intention with tarot. Divine guidance and loving clarity. You can find out more about myself on my website. I've been on a guided journey, published a book, created the brand. It's all about love. That's what it's about, you guys. We gotta make more love in the world, and less conflict and you know, all that. So, Aqua, or no. Hi, it's still early for me. Sagittarius, Aquarius, Sagittarius. Do you feel where I maybe got that mixed up? Aquarius, Sagittarius. You're confused, and most of you have probably swiped across and left my channel. Damn it! But whoever is still here, Saggy. I mean, I like Libra. I have some incroyable, absolutely amazing Sagittarius energy in my life. I'm so grateful for you guys. I have a Sagittarius stellium as well in my 12th house, so there's a bit of potent, like a lot of generational stuff. A lot of us will have Neptune at the galactic center, I think, which is part of our generational transformation. This generation is really doing the inner work to shift multiple timelines, or generational trauma and density to evolve the species. So that's just one of my interpretations of what the actual heck is going on here. There are many, and I hope you make up your own as well. Okay, Sagittarius, we're gonna get into your reading. You guys got a couple new decks as well. I intuitively switch up my decks. I think a lot of readers have so many, and I like to work with 7 at a time. And I always start with the tarot to get the kind of themes and messages. I'm an intuitive reader, so take what resonates, leave the rest. I don't pretend to know you or know your situation. I think cards can help us discern energies and or affirm stuff we already know. So I remind people, you're the main chooser. These cards don't have power over you. I don't have or want power over you. Yeah, the cards can just, so take what resonates, leave the rest. Divine guidance, loving clarity. Sagittarius for October. Out of love and letting go, or out of the Ace of Cups reverse is like, no, fuck it. I'm not doing that. I don't want to do that. I don't want to do this. You're releasing old burdens here, Sagittarius, with the Hanged Man energy is actually a pretty strong energy that I'm feeling around. I'm just going to hang here. I'm just going to wait here. No problem. I have infinite patience. We good. It's like, hey, want this? No. No more people pleasing for Sagittarius, because you're done with that burden. I think you're done with just dealing with people that don't resonate or aren't able to kind of like commit to you in the same in the way that you're desiring, wanting, or the way that you feel you commit to other people. Something is just done, but in a very beautiful way, like in a very empowered, you're good. There's no, it's very neutral. That's what I feel about it. That's why I get a real power play here. You're neutral. You're like, yeah, I don't need that, but thanks. You're just suspended there. All illuminated in the Hanged Man, right? Hanged Man energy is an illumination. Well, there's illumination in the most of the major arcana. There's like a sort of universal time stop, a universal like, thou shalt not pass until you shall, until you are aware, lit up. The light breaks you free, right? The light shows you which way you're going to go. So you see the path ahead maybe before moving. And it's like Hermit, where you're consciously taking her out of something and kind of retreating right into the Hermit mode. Hanged Man can feel a little bit more like, yeah, I'm stuck. As in, I can't go here, I can't go there. I'm literally being suspended by time itself, and I can't go anywhere. I actually get a sense that for some of you, Saggy, you've been in this space for like a while. 7 months? Years, even? Seeing all of this stuff, but not really moving into anything, not necessarily going, seeing relationship, healing lots, but not necessarily getting into relationship yourself, seeing work opportunities or seeing things you'd like to try and not really trying it, just seeing it, like window shopping, new offers. No. So there's a little bit, there's again that neutrality, empowerment. Why? Because you don't want to burn out. You don't want to take on other people's Shazam. 10 of Wands reverse. 10 of Wands reverse with the Hanged Man upright. You're like, wait, no. That feels familiar. No. That's going to burden me. No, I don't resonate with that. No, you're becoming yourself. You're totally becoming yourself as you let go of stuff that's not yours. That doesn't resonate with me. That person, that place, that thing. Sun card here. This energy come through another reading, maybe Scorpio, but I'm hearing the sun is shining, weather is sweet, yeah. Make me wanna. So the sun is why this is all reversed though. So let's get a pull. Let's get a pull. Plus there's a cup of love. There's 2 of cups coming in. Brand new beginning with the Hanged Man. I don't doubt that too. Like the Hanged Man energy makes me feel of like you're just gonna sit there, hang there, wait there until the new beginning comes to escort you off into the sunset, as it were. But the Ace of Cups in this central theme is all, it could be that. It could just be like everything and all the things are being kind of wiped out to just reset, restart. As in, even at this point, for you to be like, my intuition is guiding me, or I'm in a rebirth. It's all. It's all just done. It's all just it all just is what it is in such a way, and you're hanging there until you're not going to be hanging there. You're waiting there until you're not going to be waiting there. But for these energies, it's kind of giving me a sense of like there's this sense of knowing, right? Like in the here now anyway, for the month of October, that what is it? There's some sort of grounded mysticism, grounded spirituality. None of this is wah wah woo woo. None of this is out of self. This is all anchoring within you, eventually presenting this new fool, brand new beginning, like a reset. Like I don't even fucking know who I am anymore. And then you might just meet somebody with the 2 of Cups. You might meet a potential lover, a potential business partner, someone to maybe travel with, and or somebody that you meet that suddenly changes the game, and then your ships come in. That 3 of Wands, obviously, there's a big old shiny bright ship coming in. Okay, he could be setting sail, this character, he could be waiting for that ship to come in so that he goes sailing, or it's that expression of the ships are coming in. The things you need, want, have been asking for are coming into manifestation. Part of this manifestation is you doing that Hanged Man. No, thank you. That doesn't feel right. I don't want to do it. Like huge collective shift and generational shift around people pleasing, right? Do you want to do it? No. So we don't freaking do it, right? These are energetic shifting within the collective that change power structures. If all the people pleasers in the world suddenly stop pleasing and go, oh, I don't want to do that, the people that have been using the people pleasers are going to be like, what? How? Right? There's going to be a bit of any of us that have changed, when you go through change and you have empowerment cycles or whatever, any of us would testify to that. If you're used to behaving a certain way with somebody and they like it, or it serves them, and then suddenly you go, actually, I don't want to do that anymore. Sometimes, just sometimes, the other person can be like, what? How dare you? Like, they can get upset. What? You're not going to do my bidding anymore? You're not going to be my slave? Why not? And that's the shift. That's the collective shifting that we're in. The sun is setting. The emperor has fallen or is falling. Bearing in mind, we are in the Hala Shazam crux of a Pluto return in the United States of America, which, based on past patterning, is the collapse of an empire, complete collapse and revolution. The French Revolution, the fall of Rome, like, these all happen to empires when they're having their Pluto return. So when you look at America and you look at some of the lies and you look at some of the violence and you look at some of the just deception, lies, people being used, it's like to propagate some glamorous image, which now we're all finding that a lot of that glamour and a lot of that idol worship is really kind of like dark. Not kind of, it's dark, twisted. The games and the monsters, as it were, that are in these groups leading the way. And I dare say that even the people being scapegoated right now or being held accountable, I think for a lot of us the concern is like, who's behind that? Who's steering that ship that duped so many? Because none of us are going to be able to listen to that music the same way. I don't know about you, but like that, it's my Alta Love brand propagates not buying into any of the mainstream and being incredibly discerning with social media. So I've not been listening to that music or engaged with that for over 12 years, but here we are. I think it was about 6 years when I was going through a huge like bit of psychosis too, but I was really on that tangent of breaking free, enlighten your mind, break free from the mainstream propagated program. Worship these people and just shop and shut up. Buy stuff and don't question anything. Be a consumer. It's more valuable for those of us who have products that we want you to buy, so that we can dominate, we can control. We tell you what to do, we tell you what to buy, and you do it. Now all of us are going, actually, that's not working. So anyway, I'm ranting, but it's because, my beautiful Sagittarians, this is part of the energies that you're overcoming. I kind of went off on a rant because that Emperor reverse, Sun reverse. This is like empires falling. The sun ain't shining on that no more. So the Fool, a lot of y'all are going to be like stepping into that Fool energy. Why? Because it's the most intelligent thing to do. If the entire structure of the world that we know of is collapsing, might as well let it collapse at some point. Why try to hold on? Why try to like salvage something that's already completely kind of falling down? So it's like, okay, I'm just going to step into this unknown space and be here. And there's a danger to the Fool, right? Often is the case. There's a fucking cliff. Or in this regard, he's standing on like a little ball with a cat, playing with a butterfly on that ball. Cats have pokey nails. There's a little inflatable ball he's standing on. So, and plus he's empty. There's nothing, he's wearing this cloak, but there's no human. So that, again, is like, be blank. Be a blank space. What is life? Like asking those sorts of questions as far as moving into the world without the preconceived notions of what we're doing here. That's a big part, I think, of moving us forward and allowing some of those structures to collapse, because they are. We're not doing it anymore, right? It's up. Though the slaves uphold the construct. If the slaves don't want to buy in anymore, then there's a new construct or conceptualization of our existence happening as we speak, right? Like, there's just no new beginning in the cycle of burden burden, energetic burden, taking on stuff that's not ours, becoming more self-aware. But that self-awareness through contemplation, self-reflection, big, big, big time for self-reflection, my lovers. That's releasing that. Because you've already, I think this has already been worked through multiple times, as in you've been through the pattern of it. Take it on, not mine. Things. Take it on, not mine. Fuck. Take it on. Again, taking it on. It's not mine. You've sussed. You're like, I don't want to go to that new beginning because I know exactly what that new beginning is about. That new beginning is about me learning to not take the new beginning when it doesn't suit me. Because this is like an offer that you're like, I know this. Why? Because it's this. Somebody going, here, I've got this thing for you and it's fantastic. And you're like, oh, okay. And then you end up, now you're like, oh, wait, I know this pattern. I'm just going to stay put. I'm gonna attract, not chase. Not moving anywhere. Just let it come in. Cause it is like, that's the point. Cause it is. And again, what we know is that these patterns of lack, as in these patterns where, yeah, for sure, dude, these patterns literally have us broken, twisted, dead, and poor. So moving in a direction where it doesn't feel that great, but somebody else is like, oh, come and do this thing. And you're like, you're like, oh man, I don't really want to. But that person said, well, you know, I might pay you a bit, or like this will be like incredible. But you're like, you know, I'm pretty sure I've heard that, or someone said that before, or like, I know that. So why is intuition like, don't take the new beginning, don't take on other people's Shazam? Because it ends up in Five of Pentacles. It ends up being left out in the cold. It ends up with you having less than when you started. It ends up with you being betrayed. Why? From self. Because self knows, no, I don't want to do that. And I'm tired of being fooled by other people's projections and needs. Or our own delusions. Is kind of the same thing. It's kind of the same thing. We put people on these weird stages and pedestals as reflections of our own creation. And all of us know, all of us deep within have a sense of why we're here when we have enough time to reflect upon it. That's why I don't engage much with mainstream TV or any of that Shazam, because I want to have original thought, or what I think is original thought. I want to be able to question. I want other people to question. You know, like let's think about it, but not think in a way of how we've been taught to think. That's like that expression of, we're not going to solve the world's problems with the same mind that created it. If we're just divided, if we're just thinking that whatever is established out there is the thing that needs to be corrected and fixed, we're laughing. As in, it doesn't. We're changing as a species. It's us. You know, we're the ones that are shape-shifting this world that we see and shining light on things that collectively don't resonate no more. You know, like that's, I think, a big part of the awakening game is to actually disengage from that world and that loop of thought, and come back to self, which is one self. Maybe it's foolish, but the Fool card is like, the Fool and the Hanged Man is like your power energy in this reading for sure. Be foolish, wait, don't move. And for a moment, it might feel counterintuitive because you're so accustomed to helping, or so accustomed to somebody going, oh, here, oh yeah, sure, I'll do that. Sagittarius, like super, yeah, probably friendly, up for helping, you know, but no, this is time for you to receive receptivity. So often I would say we just move too quickly. We think too fast, move too quickly, as in we miss the opportunities via the fear that it won't manifest. And so we keep getting moving, going, instead of just dropping back and just sort of observing and being much more patient and discerning. Energy's coming in here with the receptivity card, but again, we have to be able to say no to the thing we don't want or the thing that's burdensome, to be open to what else is available, you could say. So now I'm just going to pick final cards. That card comes up a lot. There's such a reminder there, or there's a definite reverb of the like spiritual practice, deepening our spiritual practice. And I would have thought Buddha would be in the back, but he's not. So let's check it out. See what we find. There's Buddhi and Buddha. One who is aware, but my Sagis, I pulled it in the opposite. So we live in a glitzy world where it's easy to become caught up in things, possessions, appearances, money, relationships. While these things are not inherently bad, as nothing is, they often inhibit us from remembering our own truth. Who we are without these things. Find a tree and spend some time meditating beneath its earthly wisdom. Let her branches speak to you the truth that your mind is overlooking. Envision what your life would be without these things and let go of those that are holding you back. All is temporary except your soul. So there's clearly like a little bit of maybe underlying fear or attachment to something, someone going on in your reality, possibly connected to love and or that which you love. Stuff too, not just people. There's such a, almost like a cracking, but then an integration. So like coming back into your whole self, which also might be like, oh no, I'm going to lose that thing, or I'm not going to be able to do that, or like just the pure, like when we step out of a long-standing pattern, even if it's a shit pattern, the stepping out of that pattern can feel like, I don't know who I am no more. Fool. But that's why it's a rebirth. So it might feel a bit uncomfortable. As in, you might say no and be like, oh God, I feel so guilty. I feel so guilty for saying no. But actually, this is part of like wiping the slate clean. Why? So you don't end up left out in the cold again and burdened to F. Destroyed by other people's thoughts and projections of you, and you just being like left alone to die. It's a bit dramatic, but you feel me, right? Energetics. And there is a harmonious love here, you guys, but it looks like there's a little kind of journey, bit of a journey to walk to get back into this receptivity, reciprocity, equanimity, balance and harmony in your intimate and close relationships. It's here, it's coming in, but you're having to like reframe, reset, brand new, be a fool. Don't want to do that. No, thank you. That feels burdensome. No, thank you. That doesn't feel enlivening. No, thank you. That doesn't feel reciprocal. Feel guilty and be reborn. But saying no initially might make you feel like it's the opposite of that. Like, oh no, you know, like I've lost my spiritual connection, or I'm going to be punished for the end of time for saying no to that offer. Actually, it's the reverse. You're going to slowly get the reward. You're going to get more love. You're going to get better relationships. By saying no to that familiar pattern, actually what you're cutting out is the pattern where you end up alone, poor, probably broken, with people's like, you know, like that. Now, brand new, better, brand new. We always want to interpret it like that. We're such storytellers, aren't we? Okie dokie, Sachi. It's time to move on to the next reading. Check out the patrons. Usually, this month I'm a bit behind, but usually my patrons get ad-free first access. They get a weekly Patreon reading, and I do like to do the occasional just intuitive sharing. My patrons get access to the yoga crew, which is like a series of, I think, over 20 videos of yoga videos I've made over the years. And patrons get access to the online, pardon me, the online yoga courses. Online yoga. Nope, just online courses. The Be the Change online courses, which I did talk a little bit about in this share. One of the Be the Change courses is called Unplug for Freedom. These are 8-week courses. Over the years, I've just gently brought the prices down to be a little bit more kind of competitive and comparable to other people's courses that I buy and resonate with. And I think that for online courses, there's a certain price point that after spending higher ends, I did a teacher of presence with Eckhart Tolle. Eckhart Tolle, I adore. But for me, I mean, he's like a huge spiritual teacher, right? So it's fair enough. But I just don't rate online courses as much as like going to a physical center. So to me, lower course prices when you're just working online is definitely valuable and useful and important. Whereas these sort of courses, which are ranging into the thousands and thousands, I really question the validity. Yeah. Only because, let's be real, that for the most part, a lot of what we ingest in those courses can be received and or excavated via free content on the tube. It's the additional, I think, community resources that we get from some of these courses, which are amazing. But yeah, anyway, not cheap and cheerful, but my sort of like team and I would just decided to bring down the courses to sort of meet other online practitioners in that same zone. So I think they're under £40. So check out, and yeah, they're under 40, and I think we took away the deals for multi buys. So you just, or 30 something. I should know. But we've swapped them around recently when we rebranded the website. So anyway, I'm a ramble sass. My beloved. There's definitely some juicy love coming in here for you, Sag, after some like commit to the new start, commit to not repeating certain patterns. Commit to your spiritual practice as well. The Buddha energy. Removing ourselves from some of those, even bearing in mind our, like what I've noticed even in spiritual communities, like we can almost be fixated and obsessed with like a certain ideation that's been put in there as far as like holistic, healing communities or like living on the land. And like a lot of people are guided in doing that, but we all have unique visions, and we're not all meant to have the exact same vision. Like not every single one of us is going to be living on community in the land. Not every single one of us is going to be a bodywork practitioner. Not every single like we have a multitude of gifts that we're here to express and shine and before that excavate, right? So I think it's that excavation, and then the leader, the self initiated, right? Like the kind of the true leaders of the kind of new paradigm expression of a greater, higher harmonic that's just more fair and balanced and just, but more truly powerful as well. MJ needs a trim. I'm getting my hair done. Anyway, wow, we're gonna close her down. I feel like I could ramble on forever. Saji, thank you for being my internet friends. You know who you are. I love you. Keep doing what you do. Keep up your brew. I'm copying from what's her name? I've forgotten her name. A TikTok astrologer who I adore. And then through osmosis, I say the same things. Keep up doing what you do, you guys. I love you.